The SuperSport bet is here to make sense of all of the chances that you get. As I'm again, and don't forget to tell a friend tips are coming in. The odds in your favor, gotta stop playing. Just don't forget to tell a friend. As I'm again, tips are coming in. With SuperSport bet, your chance to win. As I'm again.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Playbook. Proudly powered, of course, by SuperSport Bet. Well, what a couple of days ahead, because we've got English Premier League. Domestically, we've got the Carling Knockout Cup, which some interesting clashes there. And, of course, looking forward to next week. Tuesday and Wednesday is match day 4 of the UEFA Champions League. And that means that Lucky is in the house. Of course, Phumudzo is still here. He's looking over his shoulder and thinking, how on earth did he get an extra naught on the end of your wallet? But Lucky, you've been in good form. Yeah. How's it going?
No, definitely good form. But hey, number 9 and number 10 Bampulaile last week, they killed me. But I'll bounce back. Yes, don't. He's laughing. He knows what he did.
Well, I do know what he did, but he also came in and said that you were the problem, not him.
Yeah,
so, is that right, Phumudzo?
No, Mamela, Neil. Yesterday they came here, they said teamwork, they're doing a multi-bet. And they didn't choose any of my fixtures. I just had to follow because I had the less money in the budget. My budget is too low. Yes. I can't debate with big hitters like. So I had to oblige and be a team player, and we lost all the money.
That's okay. This is another week, so we can get straight into the action. This segment, the first segment, we're going to look at the Carling Knockout Cup, and I'm going to touch on a Premier League bet because Sunday has some fascinating fixtures. And then in part 2, we must have a look at the UEFA Champions League. But let's start with Phumudzo. I'm looking at that balance 2-1. I just want to tell you, by the way, that very smartly, I like Phumudzo, he uses his head.
Yeah, thank you.
You took an early cash out, which is why you've got a little bit more money in your wallet from an early bet that you've had. So you've bolstered your wallet.
Yeah, you can have an early cash out. I did that because with my bet for Arsenal winning the league, I decided to early cash out, and that's why my balance is like that.
Good man. Well, let's put it to good use. What do you think about this Carling Knockout Cup?
I'm looking at this Carling Knockout Cup and saying I'm not going to take league form into consideration. I'm going for the Richards Bay versus Cape Town City game. I looked at the last 4 games between the two teams. It's 1 win for Richards Bay. It's 3 wins for Cape Town City. But for me, I looked at Richards Bay and I profiled their coach, Coach Brakis.
Yeah.
He's very good defensively. So this is a cup game. I don't think he's going to open up even though he's playing at home. So I'm going for a draw in 90 minutes, Neil.
Okay, 3.25 is the draw. Nice odds. I like that. Are you having a straight bet?
Yeah, I'm having a straight bet.
Good man. I like it.
I'm having a straight bet. I'm looking straight into my camera and I'm saying, Richards Bay, Cape Town City is going to end in a draw. I'm putting 100 rand on it and I SuperSport bet on it.
Good man.
I like that.
Huh? That's okay. I like it. Is that your only bet for the weekend?
No. Let's go. I have to deal with the defending champions. The defending champions is Stellenbosch. They are away from home. Marumo Gallants, Stellenbosch. I think they've got the cup pedigree. They lost in the final of the MTN 8. I think they want their trophy back. They want to defend their trophy. Marumo Gallants away from home, Stellenbosch. I'm going to put 200 rand and say the defending champions, Stevie Barker and the boys. 200 rand, Stellenbosch proceeding to the next round. 200 rand, a SuperSport bet on it.
Okay, very nice. There we go. We've got those. These are the Carling knockout clashes. Yeah. But what about the guy with all the money? I'm looking here, envious of the 23,000 rand positive wallet. You going to spend a bit of money? What are you going to do, Lucky?
I'm going to spend a bit of money, but quickly one, I disagree with Phumudzo with Richards Bay and Cape Town City. Yeah. Richards Bay will upset Cape Town City in Durban, but for me...
You know, I wanted to do the big game, and like you said, no, the big game are for big boys.
Yeah, leave it for big boys. Listen, Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, unlike Phumudzo, I'm going with League 4. So I see a continuation. Okay. So I will say that Sundowns, yes, even though the both teams will score in the game, but Sundowns will walk away with the win. And I'm going to put...
These odds are quite good, 2.6.
I'm going to put Sundowns win in 90 minutes. And I
before you see the league game.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of the goal was offside. Actually, it's a draw. No. And then you look at Nabi Ball and you're going against Chiefs.
My man.
Against Chiefs.
We are going to Shabalala.
Yeah.
And then Sundowns going to Shaluli.
Yeah.
But now I told people that once Shaluli starts scoring, why? So I see Shaluli, he'll be scoring in this game. So, Neil, 1,000 on Sundowns to win in 90 minutes. Even though both teams will score, I SuperSport, bet on it.
Okay. These guys, the one guarantee is, never mind winning or losing, they will argue. That is for sure. But as long as somebody wins, I don't mind. I wasn't even participating because I'm already moving on to Sunday. Sunday in the Premier League in England is a massive, massive day. The early kickoff is Tottenham versus Aston Villa. My producer says I must remind everybody Tottenham beat Manchester City in the Carabao Cup.
In the what?
That's my producer.
In the
saying.
what?
Yeah,
Never mind, it's a cup.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah.
Ange Postecoglou says in his second season he always wins a trophy, and that's the only trophy they're going to win. But the other game, of course, is a massive game. Manchester United moved on from Ten Hag. They are taking on Chelsea. So some interesting games. What I think is that there's going to be lots of goals in both those games. So if I go to the Premier League and go to Sunday's games, we'll move it up because must I go more here?
From the bottom? Menu.
Oh, here they are. Yes, no, I found them. Yes, thank you very much. So I'm going to go in these two games. I won't go into details, but you can figure it out. Spurs against Aston Villa, Manchester United against Chelsea. Early kickoff is the first one, and the second one will be an absolute cracker. Manchester United fans, I think, are pleased that they've moved on. And Ruud van Nistelrooy, Phumudzo, you'd appreciate 5 goals they scored in the first game. He managed them.
I'm saying to you guys, so are you agreeing with the Man United supporters to say Ten Hag was the problem?
Not altogether.
Yeah.
I think there's problems in the squad, but you know, a new broom sweeps clean. And I think that there'll be an initial response. But remember, I'm just saying there's going to be lots of goals because Chelsea this season have scored 11 goals away from home already. So I think both teams will score. I think there'll be goals.
So Ten Hag didn't take the broom with him. There's a new broom there. He took the old one with him. There's a new broom that is sweeping clean.
All I can tell you, there's broom for maneuver, and I'm going to maneuver on them. Lucky, quick comment. What do you think?
You know what I'm saying with menu. Every time a new manager is introduced, you know, Phumudzo, there's a little bit of spark in each and every player. Even the kitchen staff and the kit manager, they up their game.
Okay,
so
menu, what are you doing?
I'm telling you.
Well, remember 2 weeks ago, 6 knocked me for 6. I got no money left. He dropped me down to 7,000. So I'm going to be a bit conservative. I'm just going to have 1,000 Rand on that high, above 2.5 goals in both games, and I'm going to SuperSport bet on it. So there it is for those that want to follow me. You can see the odds, 2.16. I think it's quite nice. I think there'll be lots of goals. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed, because that's coming up on Sunday. Massive game for all 4 sides, really. Coming up after the break, we look forward to Tuesday and Wednesday next week. That means that Matchday Centre will be right here on SuperSport, bringing you action from Matchday 4 of UEFA Champions League.
SuperSport, bet your chance to win. I sound again.
Well, it really is going to be a busy weekend and week next week for SuperSport bettors because all of this football is coming up. And match day 4 in UEFA Champions League has some really tasty encounters to bet on. Let's start with Lucky, because his eyes are very much, I think they're in Milan, because you're looking at the Inter game and the AC game. Not that you like either side.
No. I believe in the defense of Italian teams. I mean, Inter Milan, you look at Arsenal visiting them on Wednesday. I think Arsenal is going to struggle, and Inter will actually take up maximum points. I mean, 5 games, Inter, they've won 4, drew 1. 5 games, Arsenal, they've won 3, lost 1, drew 1. So on this one, I'm going to go with Inter Milan.
Okay, how much are you putting on, and what bet are you choosing? It's a straight win?
A straight win for Inter Milan. And I'm going to go 1,000 because I need to get my money back. You know, I'm used to the 30,000s, 45. Phumudzo made me lose. And I SuperSport bet on it, Neil.
Wonderful. Okay, Lucky. Now that you've had your bet, I want to tell you, because the first thing Phumudzo said to me, he said to me, the one thing about Arsenal is they score lots of goals. So if they're scoring lots of goals, you're going to have to score more, Inter, because you're telling me Arsenal keeps scoring.
I think Lucky is onto something, but he's on the wrong side of the fence. But I'm looking at this one and thinking, I'm not gonna let my heart guide me to Arsenal, but I'm no more betting with my heart. I use my mind. So I'm gonna go the same game, Inter Milan, Arsenal. I'm going for, let me put 100 Rand on that Inter Milan Arsenal game. Look straight into my camera and I SuperSport bet 100 Rand on both teams to score. SuperSport bet on it.
Well, you could both be right. I mean, you know, the best result for both of you, Inter Milan win 4-2, 4-3 or whatever the case may be. So I like both those bets. But that's not all I said. That Lucky's got his eye on the Real Madrid game, which they're taking on AC Milan, aren't they?
Yeah, Real Madrid. I know everybody says, hey, Baba Shapile ke Barcelona for not at home. Water under the bridge. This time, Abakwatile, they're very upset, Real Madrid.
What about?
So now, what I can tell you is that I'm going to go with Real Madrid at home. Beating Milan.
What about the Ballon d'Or hangover? The Ballon d'Or hangover.
Yeah.
No, the Ballon d'Or hangover.
There's something you said that I liked. You said some players, they need cancelling. Already those boys, they've seen a canceller. So, again, Neil, I want to promote it. I'll go 500 Real Madrid. Straight win.
Oh, no, you're no more Mr. Mathausen.
Yeah. Playing it safe now. And I SuperSport, bet on it, Real Madrid.
Yeah, listen, bounce back ability. Bounce back ability, I'm sure, is pretty good. Right, let me show you now what I'm going to do. So, we're going, first of all, I think Bayern Munich will win. I'm taking a very short price. But you know, on Champions League evenings, my producers, a game were in my head. They were saying to me, oh, go back Manchester City. Yes, Manchester City will probably win, but they're away from home.
Yes.
And we've seen Champions League is built on success at home. So I'm going for Bayern Munich. I'm taking a very short price. I think it's the Wednesday night there. I'm bypassing Sporting and Manchester City because I actually quite like Sporting. I think they're not a bad team. So there's Bayern Munich, 1.36, very short. And then I'm moving on to a Stuttgart game here, Stuttgart-Atalanta. Now, I've looked statistically at that game. Hopefully, I pressed the right game. I did. Okay, and there are so many goals being scored at home by Stuttgart and away by Atalanta. So I'm pretty confident that not only both teams will score, but that we're going to get plenty of goals in the game. So it's on here somewhere. It might take me a while to find. So we'll figure it out. But all I can tell you is that that's my bet. So Bayern Munich to win comfortably. Harry Kane knock a few in the back of the bet, in the net, never mind the bet. And also, I don't care who wins. The great thing about Stuttgart and Atalanta is that as long as anybody scores, you don't mind. Lots of goals in the game, over 2.5. And I'm actually quite confident on this. So I'm going to have 2,000 Rand. 2,000 Rand. Bayern Munich to win and more or over 2.5 goals, Stuttgart, Atalanta. And I SuperSport bet on it.
I know. Confident.
No.
Confident.
Mathausen.
Yeah, I'm confident.
No. I like that.
What is my balance now? It's okay. We're okay. Guys, it's going to be a huge weekend. There are so many options. Don't forget, you've got the options of the Carling Knockout Cup. You've got the options of English Premier League and next week, huge game Champions League, match day 4. Okay, folks, thanks for joining us. This has been The Playbook, proudly powered by SuperSport Bet. There's never been a better time to switch to SuperSport Bet.